supersonic flight, gotta keep it going. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom, keeps you running faster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, save the planet from disaster. Sonic boom, sonic boom, spinning through a world in motion. Sonic boom, sonic boom.
Hey yo, woohoo! What's going on? What's popping? I already see people in chat. This is good. This is good. This is great. Welcome back to the Sonic Speed Marathon. This is episode 2. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Back from yesterday, I see. And yeah, so today we're playing some Sonic CD here on the Extra Zone Arcade. Now this is going to be a little bit of fun. You know, I like Sonic CD. I think it's pretty fun. It's definitely, you know, not for everyone, but it's a fun game, you know. I got no problem with it. So yeah, we're just going to get into this. So let's start the game up here. Of course, I'm playing through Sonic Origins. CD Sonic the Hedgehog. That's right, that's the game. I'm going to let you guys decide, actually. Who are we playing with here? We can do Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, or Amy. I don't really mind. What are you guys feeling? Okay, we got one vote for Knuckles. Another vote for Knuckles. Oh, Fortnite updated. Nice. Okay, that's 2 votes for Knuckles. Let's go for it. Let's play as Knuckles. Wait, hold on. New game. There we go. Sonic CD and Knuckles. Yep. We gotta watch the opening. I mean, come on. Also, that is loud. That is loud. Why is that loud? I'm gonna crank that down slightly. There we go. By the way, I have no idea what the lyrics are even saying in this song, but it's a banger. So I don't really care. I wish you could use Sonic and Tails in this game. That would be cool. I imagine it would mess with the time travel mechanic or whatever, though. It's nice how they got the rights so you can do anything again. Yeah, that's right, because if I remember, in the Steam release, they didn't have the lyrics for this song because they didn't have the rights to it or something. It was weird. But they got it back for the Origins version, which is great. Imagine if there was a form you could get by using the time stones in this game. That'd be cool. I imagine the reason that there isn't is probably just because, obviously this game was being developed at the same time as Sonic 2. So what probably happened is they added a 7th time stone because Sonic 2 had 7 Chaos Emeralds, but then maybe they didn't have time to do a separate form for Sonic. I imagine they probably would have if they had time, though. That's my theory, anyways. They didn't do it probably due to poor communication between Sonic 2 team and Sonic CD. Yeah, that's my guess. That's 100% my guess. So yeah, now we've made it to Little Planet, and very, very awkward cut because, you know, we just went from Sonic doing all that stuff to now we're playing as Knuckles. So I haven't actually done a full playthrough of this game with Knuckles because he was pretty much just made playable in this game recently. But apparently he has new pathways and stuff, so I guess we'll maybe try and see what that's about. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of a different experience. So there you go. This is your first time getting to see anyone do this as a full playthrough. Alright, so basically the gimmick of Sonic CD is time travel. You can go to the past, you can go to the future, or if you're in either one, you could then go back to the present. If you like. So, you know, basically the goal is, for each zone you want to make a good future. To do that, you got to find the robot generators, which are scattered around the levels. Or you can get all the time stones, that also works too. That's what time stones are for. Time. The time stones are indeed for time. That's how we got Metal Sonic and Mecha in Mecha Sonic Mark 1. They were both told to make a Sonic robot, but didn't share designs or names. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because, you know, for those of you who don't know, the communication between Sega of America and Sega of Japan was very... It was testy, to say the least. You know? They didn't exactly get along. So, because the American team was developing Sonic 2, and the Japanese team was developing Sonic CD, you know, there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences that you can tell, you know, were obviously down to just the different ideas as to what Sonic would be at the time. Between the two branches. So, there you go. So, I'm gonna show off the special stages. I'm not gonna go for time stones in particular, because I actually prefer to do the robot generators. The main reason is just because this game is very exploration focused. And I feel like you get the most out of this game by actually doing that exploration. So we're gonna do it like that. It does mean we're gonna be here a little longer, but I also think that just makes for a better stream anyways. So yeah. But you know, I ain't against showing off the special stages. I'm not really the biggest fan of these either. The perspective is a little wacky, but you know, it's all good. Same with Silver Sonic for 8-bit version of Sonic 2. Yeah. He's a different robot as well. There's a lot of Mecha Sonics. There's a lot of Mecha Sonics. You got Silver Sonic, you got Mecha Sonic Mark 1, Mecha Sonic Mark 2, you got Metal Sonic, there's freaking Metal Sonic Mark 3. There's that one guy in the tube in Sonic Adventure, who's also a different robot. There's Neo Metal Sonic, there's Metal Overlord. There's Chaos Sonic in Prime. There's a lot of Metal Sonics. What's this? Time Stones could have had a feature where you could do certain maneuvers for traveling through the past and future on command. I think that was in development at some point. I think they were going to make it so that you could do like instant travel, but they couldn't do it due to technical limitations. At least I think that was the case. Time is of the essence. That it is. Time is the most valuable resource we have. There's also Pseudo Sonic if you count other cannons. Oh yeah, Pseudo Sonic from the cartoon. Yeah, that was a thing. Man, I remember that. Hello, what's up, Tails? Welcome back. Glad to see some returning faces here, as well as some new ones. I'm glad you guys are coming along for the journey, and you're here early on. You know, again, we're going to be going through every mainline Sonic game, so we're going to be here for a bit. We are going to be here for a bit. Alright, here we go. It is very like uncanny to see Knuckles in this game though. You know, I always kind of thought that he would be a good fit for this kind of game, because again, it's very exploration focused, and you know, naturally Knuckles' climbing and gliding ability, like, it would just kind of make sense. Oh, there's a Metal Sonic hologram. We got one. Oh, right, where am I? Should I go back? I don't think it's back here. I'm gonna have to try and remember where some of them are. There's a few particular ones that I can remember, because they're kind of ridiculous. But other than that, I do tend to... Oh, we reached the goal. Restart. Restart. If you go to the goal, it actually locks your camera, so you can't actually go back. So if that happens, restarting is of the essence, which I don't believe you could do in other versions of the game. I think Origins added that. So that's another quality of life update that they did that I very much appreciate. But yeah. We got speed shoes in the future sign, even though I don't want to do that. Generally speaking though, when looking for the robot generators, you're gonna want to stay towards the top path. That's usually where they're hidden. Ah, wait, what the hell happened there? Whoa! Okay. How much did I miss? We've just started Sonic CD, so literally nothing. Literally nothing. I think Knuckles works great for this game. Honestly, yeah. Exploration is a good formula for certain games. I agree. I think this game and Sonic 3 and Knuckles in particular have like more of an exploration focus in terms of classic Sonic. And I think it works really well. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the speed aspect of like Sonic 2 and Mania. And obviously, you know, I like those games more than CD, but I just think the exploration can really work if there's like a good enough incentive, you know. Did Knuckles have a different path in Act 1 like Sonic 3 and Knuckles? I think there are some extra paths that Knuckles has throughout the game. I wouldn't know what they are though. But they did say that that was a thing, so maybe we can find one, we'll see. And also, I'm not that familiar with CD's level design, compared to the other games at least, so I wouldn't be able to know like right off the bat. Like, that could have been one right there for all I know. Nah, 2011 had a restart? Oh, it did, okay. For some reason I must have forgot about that. I prefer Sonic Boom and the US Invincibility theme for this game. Yeah, Sonic Boom is a great opening. I just love that theme. We played it at the start of the stream. Very good song. Big rings and good future exploration purposes. Yeah. 5-second boss fight, literally. That has to be one of the easiest bosses in Sonic history. I forgot to even say anything about it, because that's how short it is. All you do is just get invincibility, get behind him, and then just hit him 3 times. That's literally all it takes. Also, love the flowers that drop when beating Badniks in CD. That is pretty dope. And this was the first game where I really got to see like Robotnik using different power sources for his Badniks. Because obviously up to this point it's just been flickies and other assorted animal buddies, but this game made it different. He uses flower power, I guess. Maybe some kind of solar energy or something, because, you know, obviously there's photosynthesis and stuff. I don't know. You can also kill him really quick without invincibility, but invincibility just makes the boss non-existent pretty much, so there you go. So here's Collision Chaos, and Collision Chaos is a great name for this zone because that's exactly what you're going to be doing here. You're going to be running into a bunch of stuff and it's very chaotic. So, you know, they did a good job in the naming department, and also it's alliteration, which I love to see, so... Right, I'm back here. Robotnik uses, Egghead has his ways too. Yeah. Good old Egghead. Robotnik uses Little Planet energy in this game. That he does. Because, you know, he encased the whole thing in a metal shell of some kind. I can't remember what the lore is exactly, but I think it's something that Little Planet like appears every. What is it? Is it once a year, or is it like once every 10 years? That's what the manual says, anyways. Yeah. And basically, Robotnik wanted to chain it to the planet so that it wouldn't, you know, go away again, and that he could basically just take it over. I think that's the plot. So pretty cool. Which is better, Japanese or American soundtrack? Ooh, that's going to be the question of the day actually as well. That's a great one. So yeah, no, for anyone watching, I guess, you know, let us know what your favorite version of the soundtrack is, the Japanese or American one. For me, I'm a Japanese soundtrack enjoyer. It's actually like a top 3 soundtrack for me, to be honest, for Sonic. It's really good. Funnily enough, I'd say this track right now is probably one of the weaker ones, but even then, it's kind of fire. So, you know. Wait, I don't think... oh wait, I'm supposed to do it like this, right? Yeah. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's up here. I'm pretty sure it's up here. Or maybe it's not. I don't know if this is going to take me to the end. It is. Oh no! Okay, we have to restart again. Egghead is selfish for power. That he is. You know, he's trying to take over the world. I don't like that. He shouldn't be doing that. Japanese is also less nightmare-inducing. Yeah, especially that boss theme. My god. I do like the US soundtrack though, to be said. I think there are some really good songs there. I like Tidal Tempest in particular. Like that's really good on the US version. In fact, I think I actually prefer it over the Japanese version, personally. Tidal Tempest has a really good theme in the US soundtrack. I love looking at each story classic Sonic game has and seeing how it connects to the next. Yeah, they really did prioritize like the world building back then, which was pretty unheard of for like a platformer, honestly. Because you know, with Mario, you just kind of get like the standard kind of world building. You know, everything's in the Mushroom Kingdom. Occasionally, you'll get some other area like Sarasa Land in Super Mario Land, but it was never like there was never really that much of a sense of like everything being that connected. Until I would say Super Mario World. That's the first game that really did world building exceptionally well for Mario. But Sonic was like every game was like important to the story. I don't even remember where this freaking robot generator is, man. It might be... honestly, this one though is always like, I always forget where this one is. I think I remember where the Act 2 one is, but I don't remember where this one is. I can't lie to you. That's the end of the level. I think it's up like really high somewhere. I like the attention to detail in all the level names and see how limiting, although I see how limiting it can be for naming zones. I guess so, like, yeah, I mean, to be honest, when it comes to like the names of the zones, I feel like that kind of, I feel like that's kind of the last thing they consider before, you know, obviously, you know, the other stuff. But you know, I feel like it's more about the aesthetic and like how it fits into the world before like the naming. That's probably how I would do it too. Whoa. Mario's like that because Miyamoto doesn't like Mario games to have serious story or world building. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's completely true. I think the problem Miyamoto has is more just that he really doesn't see it as important to the point where it does take away from it, but I don't think he's actively against that kind of thing. Like, I know a lot of people think that, but I don't think it's the case. Personally, because, you know, as someone who also does like character designs and world designs and stuff like that from time to time, like I like to just sketch stuff out. I think you know, there's always some kind of story behind something, and I don't think Miyamoto would be able to come up with these kind of designs and worlds that he has without having some kind of story in mind, you know? That's just my opinion, though. Sonic has a whole storybook behind it. Yeah, and we'll actually be playing those games, the storybook games. Although I know that's not what you meant. I think you're referring to the actual, you know, game world. The Kama Kama are annoying in this stage. Are those the slicer type enemies? Or these? Oh, I found it. I found it by complete accident, and also there's a flower in the ground. But not in the ground in the traditional way, as in it's like literally in the floor. Did you know that Shigeru Miyamoto is Bowser Jr.'s mother? I did know that. I did know that. He said that in an interview. So yeah, based Miyamoto as always. Well, okay, maybe not. Maybe he's not always based, but you know. He did create Mario, so that's based enough, right? Okay, we can get out of here now. I think we've been here for long enough. Yeah, the Kama Kama are this game's slices. Got it. You should try to look at the story behind all the mainline Sonic games. Like the development history, or what do you mean? Or just the lore? Because I know a lot of the lore. I wouldn't say I'm like a lore master of Sonic. That's Cyber Show. But I know my stuff. I know my stuff. Don't worry about me. How excited for you at Superstars? Dude. It's probably my most anticipated game. It's really hard to say that though, because the problem is, I also have two of my other most anticipated games coming out, like, literally the same week. So, yeah, it's gonna be very difficult for me. I'm getting a new 2D Mario game, a new 2D Sonic game, and frickin' Spider-Man 2. Like, are you kidding? I'm eating. I am eating this October. But not literally, because I'll have zero money because I spend it all on those games. So, I won't be actually eating, but I will be consuming content. It will be worth it though. The bandits in this game have very Japanese names. Well, I mean, that does make sense. It was developed by the Japanese branch of Sonic Team, so there you go. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Naoto Oshima do the level design for this game? At least in some aspect, like that's what I heard, which is interesting to hear about. You usually don't get like the art designers doing the level design. Which might be why it's kind of spotty in some areas. The lore and the story behind it. I have for most of the Sonic games, to be honest. Like I literally spend hours like just watching videos on stuff like that. I've always just been super interested in like the actual process of developing games, because a lot of people just don't get it. Like, a lot of people just don't understand just how actually difficult it is to make a game. It is not easy. It is not easy in the slightest. It's honestly a miracle we even get as many games as we do that actually release. Because, like, genuinely, like there's so many games out there that just like have never even been released because it's just like they just run into so much development trouble. And that's why I'm generally not too harsh towards a lot of games. Like, I'm not super critical of like a lot of games because I'm like, damn, it's honestly impressive this game even came out. And when a game is like insanely polished, that's like, it's like crazy to me how that can even happen. Like, Tears of the Kingdom is like a wild game to me because it's like, how does that even exist? How can a game that big and polished even exist? Like, that's impossible. Spending 180 in a single week for elite games? Exactly. Exactly. You're gonna play the 8-bit games? Not for this marathon, but I am thinking of doing a handheld marathon at a later point. Look at this guy down there. But right now we're just covering the mainline console releases. But yeah, handheld marathon will definitely be down the line. So we'll do all the Game Gear games. We'll do obviously Sonic Pocket Adventure, the advanced games. Sonic, the Sonic Rush games, Colors DS, Generations 3DS, Lost World 3DS, you know, the works. And hey, I can even use it as an excuse to play Sonic Mania again, because, you know, it came out on Switch, so technically it's a handheld Sonic game. Ah! I hate this boss. Yeah, this boss is very annoying. But you can cheese him and beat it very quickly, so there is also that. Really easy boss with Tails. Yeah, you can just like flip up and then fly up with him, literally. This boss can either be like the most annoying thing ever or just ridiculously easy. There's no in between. So here's Tidal Tempest, which is pretty much just Labyrinth Zone but on crack. I don't really know if that's I don't even know if that's the best way to describe it, but that's just how I would describe it, honestly. It's like if they took Labyrinth Zone and just like dialed the color up to like 100. And also gave it the calmest music you've ever heard in your life. I'll be honest, I don't really like the Robotnik sprites in this game. He looks really hunched over, I noticed. It's kind of creepy. Like he looks a little bit more menacing, which I kind of like, but also it just kind of looks strange. I don't know. Like he looks less goofy in this game, if that makes sense. Woo! All right, here we go. This is kind of better than Labyrinth's level design wise. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do actually agree with that. Because you're not necessarily like forced underwater in this stage, which I think is definitely a benefit. I gotta say, Labyrinth but better. Yeah, this is Labyrinth but better. Ow! Never mind, I take it back. The stage sucks. Woo! Climbing up the wall. Alright. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles though, which I'm very excited for. It's my favourite Sonic game. In fact, it is my favourite game of all time. So I'm hella excited to actually go through it again. And we're going to be playing it through Sonic 3 Air because that is the best way to play it. And also just because it's probably the way I've played it the most. Other than when it was on like Xbox Live Arcade back in the day, and also Sonic Mega Collection. I also played it a lot through Mega Collection. Alright, so there's a particular area here where it should be very easy to gain speed. Alright, you know what, actually I'll just do it here. There we go. I prefer 8-bit Labyrinth Zone or Aqua Lake Zone as a water level. I don't like the 8-bit Labyrinth Zone. I think it's worse than the console version because it's even slower. Like, it's a shorter level than the console version, but it's also just not fun. As for Aqua Lake Zone, that was from Sonic 2 on Game Gear, wasn't it? I honestly don't remember that one too much. Wait, actually, isn't that the one where they got the bubble mechanic for Sonic Mania? I'm pretty sure it is. There we go. Will we get hyper in that game? You know we will. You freaking know we will. It's gonna be a fun time. Woo! Okay, oh yeah, we got the freaking thing, we can go. Oh no, it's Super Gusher. We will get the Super Gusher. The Super Gusher Emeralds. Oh yeah, remember, the Chaos Emeralds are the Gusher Emeralds now. You ever watch Clifford the Big Red Dog? Yes? Like, I don't know, like 15 years ago probably. That makes me sound old. I'm not that old, alright? Leave me alone. But that was a very random question. I love how Sonic hits against the water like a bouncing stone in Aqua Lake. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay, I remember the level you're talking about now. You can like skip Sonic across the water like a stone. That was actually cool. They should bring that mechanic back. Hey, maybe Sonic Superstars will do it. All right. Is this one of the new paths? Because I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. I think I found one of the new paths. Wow, okay. Yeah, no, this is definitely a Knuckles exclusive thing. Interesting. This is kind of cool. It didn't give me anywhere where I could time travel, but you know, it's cool. There is a very easy spot to do it here. Old enough? Damn. I don't know whether that's a compliment or not. I also liked how Mania brought back Silver Sonic since he's cute. Yeah. In all his one-eyed claw arm glory. That was cool though. Mania was just on top of it with the references. Oh, I just got that. I think I just got that. The water didn't slow me down in time. And there we go, straight into the generator. There we go. I might be that guy. You know what? Let's show off the special stage again. Why not? I also like. Oh yeah, I already read that. Mania redesigned him and he has 2 claw arms now. Oh yeah, he does. I forgot that he actually has 2 in that game. They upgraded him. Right, so here's another special stage. Woo! I didn't really explain how they work, but basically you take out these UFOs to complete the stage. If you touch the water, your time goes down drastically. There are items you can get, boosters, launchers, other stuff in the stage, and yeah. So pretty much your objective is just to clear the board. When you have, I believe when you have 20 seconds left, a blue UFO will spawn that will give you extra time. But we're not going to get to see that because I'm so good at this game. Just kidding. I didn't say that. Woo! Just kidding. I'm great. Very good at the game. I want the Chaos power-ups to come back. Or Sonic Chaos power-ups. Oh, like the rocket shoes and stuff. Yeah. I remember the rocket shoes. And the spring shoes. Easy once you get used to it, yeah. The UFOs are also on a looping path. Yep. There we go, we've got the good future, look at that. Very nice aesthetics and great music, you know, you love to see it. Is this new? I don't remember this either. Admittedly, I haven't played Sonic CD as much as the other games. Like I've still replayed it a lot, but just no, sorry, not as much as the other classics. Hell, even once Sonic Superstars comes out, I just know I'm gonna play the crap out of that, so it'll be more than this game. All right, I lost all my rings, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, actually, how's this boss fight going to be with Knuckles? Because he has a lower jump. This might actually be harder. Which Superstars had online co-op, though? Yeah. That is the one thing that I think is definitely a missed opportunity. I don't know if you guys saw, actually, but we did get some more information about Superstars. I think Game Informer had an article on it recently, like just yesterday. And basically we found out what all the emerald powers are actually going to be. As well as a couple names for some zones, and some screenshots too. So yeah, I think like August is going to be like a big Superstars blowout. Like we're going to get a lot of information. Especially because I think Sega's going to be at Gamescom, so yeah. I think we're going to get a lot of news then. Probably like a full look at a new zone. They said it wasn't possible, but I don't believe that. I think, yeah, no, it's not so much that it's not possible, to be honest. Like thinking about it, it's more just that it's impractical. Because the thing with like New Super Mario Bros, for example, because you know that's like the best thing to compare it to. Obviously, the problem with that game was having to share that screen space with 3 other players, and the fact that you know you'd probably outrun your friends and stuff quite a lot. But I don't know. Like to me, I don't really see a way they could make it work, like, and have it work well. Oh, seriously? Like, it just seems like it's a really difficult thing to balance, because obviously, like, Sonic is a lot faster than Mario. So having a similar issue there is going to be a lot harder to get around. Which is just kind of the nature of developing Sonic. Like, obviously, the speed of these games is, like, a very hard thing to work around. In general, so especially for something like a multiplayer mode, it'd be very hard to balance. So I don't blame them for not having it, but yeah, it's definitely a missed opportunity. You use chlorokinesis. Become Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and more. Oh, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, the yellow emerald power is literally just Zawaldo. Or it's Time Break from Sonic and the Secret Rings to have a more relevant reference. Really, I missed it again? How? Please tell me there is another... Wait. Oh, that's a checkpoint. That's not what I'm looking for. Ow! You mother trucker. Also, this stage is kind of annoying to get around, low-key. Alright, I'm worried this is like the end of the level. Oh, I found one. Okay, hold on. Ooh. I honestly don't know where's a good place to time travel here. Let me see. No, oh, come on. Really? No, I don't want to go to the future. I don't want to go to the Okay, we're just going to restart, because that's definitely sending me to the future. I think they could add a competitive feature when you're in co-op, but whoever beats the stage first gets a crown or a win streak, kind of like Mario 3D World co-op does. Yeah, that would have been cool. And I think as well have it so that you can't like interact with other players, because again, a big problem with like the Mario games is that you know, when you run into other players, obviously like you can directly affect their movement and stuff. So yeah. That would be even more annoying in a fast-paced game, I imagine. I feel like I can time travel here, but like it just seems like it'd be very annoying to do. No, I messed it up. Okay. I think you should interact, like imagine if Tails could carry other players. Yeah, like having interactivity like that would be good, but just not like, you shouldn't be able to like bump into other players, is what I'm saying. Because that's what made the multiplayer in those games really annoying. And it'd be way worse here. Okay, I'm gonna try and run across this long stretch of land. And hope that I can make it. There we go. You can fuck them over in 3D World pretty much. Yeah, you really can. Like, being able to just run into people and grab them and throw them off the level and stuff, like, yeah. That'd be way more annoying in a Sonic game, I feel like. Like, it'd definitely be funny for, like, the meme, but just, like, to actually play through the game like that would not be great. I feel like this is the end of the... Yes, it is. Okay, go back. Okay, at least we actually made it to the past this time. Where's the generator? It's not... Isn't it here? I don't even know. Nope, stop, don't do this again. Okay. Okay. That was very close. I think I gotta go back. Well, I guess I hit that. There we go, okay. Got rid of it. See, that's the most annoying thing about this game, when you accidentally go to the future. Oh, there we go, found it. Because then you gotta work extra hard to go back to the past. I remember my friends used to throw each other off ledges in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Generators at the start? Okay, got it. I see it. I just gotta... There we go. Yeah! Alright, nice. There we go. There we go. Alright, we can go to the end. Alright, but yeah, no, with like New Super Mario Bros. Wii and stuff, like, I think that game is fine. But yeah, I think co-op for a Sonic game is like, it's definitely got to have a different approach. And then obviously, you know, there's something pretty valid that they did bring up, which is lag. Which, you know, obviously in a game as fast-paced as Sonic, like, having pinpoint accuracy is very important. So obviously having to, like, rely on your friend's connection and stuff like that might not be great. And sure, they could set up servers for it, but that would also be a lot of money. So yeah, I get it. I get why it's the way it is. All right, so I feel like I can probably just. There's got to be some area where I can just run across this whole thing. Like here, for example. Okay, I messed that up royally. You know what, we're just going to restart. I kind of like the chaotic multiplayer of the Mario games, though. Yeah, I get it. Like, there's definitely fun to be had with it. I just think it wouldn't work for a Sonic game. Nope, we don't need to restart yet. There's another thing down here. Okay, wait. No. Hold up. Did you see the Sega Andromeda mockup someone made on Twitter? I feel like I know what that is, but I don't remember. I probably have seen that. Okay, I feel like if I just run fast enough and then just, like, hop on this spring, I can just do it like that. Yeah, there we go. See? Easy. If you had to get rid of one person between Mario, Sonic, Zelda, and Kirby, who would it be? Oh, I saw this debate. Honestly, Kirby. And it's not because I dislike Kirby, and, like, I'm not really that big of a Kirby fan anyway. But I think out of the four, he's easily had the least impact on the gaming industry. Like, think about it. Mario, like straight up, without Mario, like, we would not have games as we do today. Like, I don't think that's even a debate. Zelda obviously has revolutionized gaming, like, time and again. Obviously, the first Zelda game was like a huge deal. You know, being the first game where you really, being one of the first games where you really get to like explore the world, and then basically doing that all over again with Breath of the Wild, proving that like open world is like the way to go for a lot of these games. But Kirby has never had like that effect. Oh yeah, no, and obviously Sonic was important because, you know, he changed the game in his own way, showing that, you know, games there can be competition, you know, and that it doesn't have to just be that one company dominates everything, you know. Sonic did that. Sonic opened the gate for these other companies to actually succeed as well, where they probably wouldn't have otherwise. So they've all had their impact though, but I just don't think Kirby has in the same way. Like, he's got good games, he's a cool character and everything, but yeah, I don't think things would be much different than they are now without him. It's like a hypothetical, or if Sega still made consoles and it looks really realistic and cool. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I've seen that. Honestly, I'd love for Sega to come back to the console market. Like, I think we're at a different place than we were like 10 years ago, where I feel like Sega's a lot more confident in their IPs again, and they're even bringing back a lot of the classic ones. So honestly, like, they have enough IPs to carry their own system. Like, they have more than like Microsoft or Sony have, to be honest. So I think they should just do it, or honestly, like, try and compete with Nintendo in the handheld market again. I feel like if anyone could do that, Sega probably is the one. What has Kirby done for the industry, though? I really honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, if I had to give Kirby one thing, I think it's that he just paved the way for more accessible games. Because, you know, obviously at the time Kirby came out, like, a lot of games were pretty hard back then. And Kirby was different in that, you know, it was made to be easy. It's made to be a game that, like, your 5-year-old cousin could play if you handed them your Game Boy. So, I mean, maybe that, but that's probably it. Also, welcome everybody to the worst classic Sonic zone. Wacky Workbench. This place sucks. And the reason is because of that. You are constantly being bounced around. There's almost no room to move aside from these tiny ass platforms. So have fun. Also, you're supposed to get crushed by this. Oops, that was the wrong one. I got crushed by the wrong one. I think it's later on. All right. So how should I do this? Wait, I have an idea. I actually have a method for time traveling in this stage, in particular. So what I do is not that. Wait. Also, flashing lights warning, by the way, for anyone who is photosensitive. You might want to look away now, because this stage has a lot of that. I'm trying my best to get up there. There we go. Okay, so basically you just... Huh? Wait, why didn't that work? That usually works. Sega doesn't have the resources nowadays. Yeah, they still haven't made back a lot of the money that they've just lost over the years. Obviously, between the Dreamcast dying and then the whole Sonic Boom situation, which literally caused the entire company to restructure, which I think they have just barely begun to recover from 10 years later. Like I don't think people understand just how much of a number Sonic Boom actually did on Sega. There's a reason why they buried that franchise now. there is a reason they buried that thing and want you to forget about it, because it was not good for them. It really wasn't. Nintendo should make home consoles again, honestly. I mean, the Switch is half a home console. So, I mean, it still kind of counts. Plus, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, how many people do you know, like, exclusively use it as, like, a handheld? There we go, okay. Back to the past. The only hardware Sega manufactures now is an arcade hardware. Yeah, that and their mini consoles. Which I think they were considering doing a Saturn Mini, but I think they were having trouble with it. Which isn't too surprising. The Saturn is notoriously very difficult to work with. Even now, even with like emulation and stuff. Alright, so now we're in the past. Sega would need lots of game developers to back them with exclusives or even just getting ports. Yeah, there is that too. I feel like they could get that support. Okay, here we go. This is the one we need to get crushed by. Which is stupid, by the way. Like, who would even think to do that? Like, unless you already know that that's a thing, like, no one would go out of their way to purposefully get crushed by that cylinder. Which is the only way to get to that robot generator, by the way. Ridiculous. I do not know what they were thinking. The Wacky Workbench is terrible. This stage sucks. Saturn emulation is still really shoddy. Yeah, I would know. I've been trying to like, I've been trying to just emulate Saturn games here and there. It just kind of works like half the time. And then other times I just get graphics or audio glitches up the arse. Not a fun time. Ugh. Okay, we did that. Sega could get Western devs, but not Japanese devs. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, that might not be entirely true. I think they could. I think they could get a handful of Japanese devs, because Sega is still very popular in Japan. It's just that Sonic isn't. Well, wasn't. I mean, he's starting to get a bit more popular there now, but Sonic has just never taken off in Japan the way that he has in the West, which is just really surprising. I failed. That's okay. We're not even okay. Never mind. I guess we're going back. I guess we're going back. Woo! There we go. There's one, and there's two. Oh, okay. Whoa. Yeah, that water like shreds your time in half. It is not great. Okay. You don't even want your frickin' pinky toe to touch that. Would you call it? I don't even. I'm not even gonna get into this conversation. The last thing I need to be doing is talking about toes on a Sonic stream, because then people are gonna get the wrong idea. Wow, I am not good at this. Okay, never mind. I'm great at this actually. They most likely would have. They most likely. Oh wait, hold on. The most they could convince would be Namco and maybe Capcom, since they're their good friends. Yeah, Namco and Capcom I think are definitely a surefire in terms of devs that would work with Sega. I can see that. Never give up, never surrender. That is a Star Fox reference. I got that reference. I understood that reference. It's because Sonic is made to appeal to the American market, not the Japanese market, so obviously his traits are more seen as endearing. There, they see him more as an asshole. I kind of get that, though. There is, in fairness, though, I think Sonic's design does kind of combine. I think Sonic's design does kind of combine a lot of the things that we find appealing, like in the West, and also, you know, things that are appealing to like a Japanese audience. I feel like his design is a really good balance, but I think it's just down to his personality, because like Sonic's personality was quite literally like designed after one of the presidents, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I think it's just the way that he is as a character is what's not appealing to them. I'll never really fully understand it, to be honest. I think Sonic should have been a smash hit in Japan, but he just wasn't. If anything, honestly, Crash Bandicoot is more popular there, and he was made in the West, which I think is even crazier. Okay, so to get the generator here, we got to go back to the start, which I think we already are. So I think I just need to jump up here and then head back. Why did the time stones in the results screen look like the Sonic 1 emeralds? No, I think they look different enough. Like, I think they have like a slightly different art style than the Sonic 1 Chaos Emeralds. I think they look different enough. There we go. Alright, I remember that one was back there, because we did also go past it. That's why in the Japanese Sonic games, he's less of an asshole. Is to try and make it more appealing. Yeah, there are a lot of differences in the like Japanese scripts, I've noticed. I haven't really actually played through a Sonic game with the Japanese version, to be honest. But that's just because I've grown up like with the translated versions. And so that's what I know the most, and also just because like they have the most iconic moments to me. Like I can't watch the Shadow's introduction without having the "It all starts with this, a jewel containing the ultimate power." Like I can't watch that cutscene without that line. I'm sorry, I can't. It's impossible. That's the Chaos Emerald. Now I know what's going on. The military has mistaken me for the likes of you. So... I can't remember what he says after that for some reason. I am drawing a blank. Where do you think you're going with that emerald? Say something, you fake hedgehog! Chaos Control! And then he goes, wow, he's fast. Hey, it's not his speed. He must be using the Chaos Emerald to warp. My name is Shadow. I'm the world's ultimate life form. And there's no time for games. Farewell. Shadow, what is he? that scene just cannot exist without those exact lines. I'm sorry. It's impossible. But yeah, Crash and Spyro got redesigned for Japanese market in Japan because they're both cutesy characters. Yeah, it wasn't until recently that I think they started using Crash's Western design for the box arts. I think Crash 4 was actually the first game to do it. But that's just because they redesigned him in general. In the Japanese version, they pronounce Chaos as cows. Yeah. I guess because in Japanese there technically isn't a word for chaos, is there? So it's just one of those things where, you know, it's obviously said in writing how you pronounce it. Should be the time stones. Should the time stones be used again in a Sonic game? But with a good form. I don't know. Ow. I'm gonna get hit by that. I said ow before I got hit by it. I knew it was coming. I think that was my spider sense. They just activated right there. Like, I felt the pain before it happened. Which doesn't even make sense, because I can't feel the pain, because I'm not in the game. As far as you know, I could be in the game. But you wouldn't know. You would have no idea. Also, I remember it being a lot easier to jump between those. It's probably because Knuckles has a lower jump, though. No, Japanese Sonic speaks and uses English to sound cool. Yeah, I knew that. I remember watching this compilation of like Sonic's like English in the Japanese versions. I think there were a lot of moments like that in Sonic X as well, where he speaks English and it's really funny. I think Sonic's voice actor in Japanese is an English teacher, isn't he? His Japanese voice actor is in English. Yeah. That's funny. I literally just said that. Yeah, so that's why he does that, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, here's Stardust Speedway, which is undoubtedly the best zone in the game. So it's no wonder why they bring this one back a lot too. Whoa. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so the thing with Stardust Speedway is you just go very fast here. Like that. Sonic says damn a lot in the Japanese version. Yeah, I've seen that too. I think it's because words like damn are not considered as not offensive, but like, I don't know. It's not taken as seriously. Like, they're not seen as curse words, they're just kind of seen as, like, things that you say when you're, like, angry, you know? Whoa. I wonder if someone has actually ever gotten in trouble for saying the word damn in Japan. I know that's very random, but, like, the word is just obviously not as like negative, I guess. Also, I cannot get up there. I should probably switch the lanes. Which, fun fact, I actually didn't know that's what these did until very recently. Like, these actually switched the lanes, so you can see I can't pass that now. I just run along it. But then if I hit this, I can go through. Like, for the longest time, I didn't know that's actually what they did. And if you didn't know that, then now you do. So there's a cool Sonic CD fact for you for today. Anyway, the robot generators are very easy to find in Stardust Speedway. In both acts, they're pretty much right at the beginning, so you can get through these. You can get through pretty easily here. Yeah, swears in general aren't taken as seriously in Japan as they are in the West. Yeah, that's true. Honestly, like playing video games and watching anime and stuff like that has like really taught me a lot of the cultural differences that just exist in the world. Because obviously, growing up in the UK, we pretty much only learn about the history of this country. So all I know is, that, and I have parents who have obviously come from different backgrounds, but they never really taught me anything. So a lot of the worldly stuff I found out has been just through a lot of the entertainment I watch and consume and stuff. So there you go. Bit of a fact about me, if anyone cares. The only word they wouldn't say is fuck. Wait, the only word they wouldn't say is fuck in English, since they're taught that you should never say it. Okay. I wonder if it would have the same kind of connotation over there though, because obviously, like, it's a very like, fuck is like a very, how do I describe it? It's a very, like, flexible word, for lack of a better term. Like you could pretty much use it like in any sentence, and it can mean a lot of different things. So I wonder if that also gets lost in translation. Just like how many different things fuck can mean. It's a very versatile word. I think that's what I was trying to say. I guess I'm going back to the present. It's more because we use it to insult others, yeah. They only understand it as an insult, so they stay safe to not say it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. See, I'm glad I got you guys here to learn stuff as well. Woohoo! Alright, I think we gotta go up. And then, wait, no. Where am I going? This way? Probably not. Okay. I actually don't think so. Right, now go this way. Wait. Okay. Now, wait. Okay. Oh, alright, I guess. Can I? This way. Okay, now we go up. Wait. Okay, hold on, we gotta go left. Okay, no we don't. Hold on, this is the wrong way. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay, so we gotta go here. Okay. This is not where I want to go. Okay, there we go. Okay, we did it. We made a good future in Zone 2. A whoop-de-frickin'-do. Buckaroo. Hey, we got speed shoes. Alright, we're not going very fast with the speed shoes though. But we're about to run into a certain metallic boy. There he is. It's Metal Sonic's first appearance. I always found it weird that no matter what, Stardust Speedway remains in a bad future. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, is it just canon that like Sonic screwed up here? Because like, whenever Stardust Speedway comes back, it's always the bad future. Like the only time it isn't, it's Sonic Mania. But based on what happens in Generations, Mania exists because of like a split in the timeline. So what happened here? Like, are we ever gonna have a definitive answer? Like, did Sonic actually screw up, or like what happened? Or in the case of like Generations, is it just like a pocket of time that exists where Sonic did mess up, like an alternate reality that Time Meter pulled out? Because that would also explain why Crisis City is there. Because Crisis City, for all intents and purposes, should not exist. My logic is it comes back through time and space manipulation, so even though it was erased just like 06, you can return it from time and space manipulation. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah. That's what I would have gathered. That was my theory too. Because I refuse to believe that Sonic wasn't successful here. That just doesn't feel right. So anyway, here's Metallic Madness, which is nothing like the version in Sonic Mania. Because the version in Sonic Mania is way better. But yeah, this stage is very difficult, and it's even more difficult if you want to time travel in this stage. Because there aren't a lot of opportunities to do it. But yeah, so as the final level, it's obviously going to be kind of difficult. There's a lot of hazards, stuff for you to avoid, so you got to just play it careful. It exists, but it's outside of the timeline. Yeah, it's like a pocket that exists where things played out differently, I guess. But then it begs the question of if Solaris like is literally wiped out of existence at the end of 06, then like that obviously means that Iblis can't exist. So what destroyed the future? Maybe the Ifrit from Sonic Rivals, because that's a thing. Because I think in Sonic Rivals that Silver's future is destroyed because of the Ifrit, not because of Iblis. But I don't remember because I actually haven't played Sonic Rivals, and the only thing I know about it is that I've watched the cutscenes. Wait, how am I at the end of the level? What? How did that happen? Wait a minute, I'm gonna get crushed. Okay. Same with everything from 06, such as Crisis City. Okay. Sega now says there isn't a timeline split. See, I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. I think after Sonic Generations, there's a split in the timeline. Like, there has to be. Because if you think about it, when Classic Sonic returns, he's returning with the knowledge of what happens in his future, which, you know, and the same with Robotnik, because he gets out of white space somehow, which is never really explained, but, you know, to me, that implies that stuff has to play out at least a bit differently for that to be the case. So I believe in the timeline split theory. I think Sonic Mania happens in a split timeline after Generations. From Classic Sonic's perspective anyways. It was a mistranslation from the Japanese script. Mania Sonic is his past. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is like that still happens in the past, but that it's just a different timeline. Which is why, which would explain the whole Classic Sonic is from another dimension thing in Forces. And then, you know, if it is in the past though, like if they fully confirm that and it's like not debatable, then that begs the question of when Sonic Superstars happens. Like, is that after 3 and Knuckles? Is it before Mania? Is it after Mania? My guess is it's after 3 and Knuckles, because we get that cutscene at the end of Origins that kind of ties into Superstars, which I think Tyson Hess actually confirmed that it does. So my guess is that Superstars happens after 3 and Knuckles, but maybe before Mania, if that's the case. Nah, Sega says it's his canon past now, so it would explain why Robotnik calls himself Eggman in Mania. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Huh. Yeah, no, that actually does kind of make sense. Yeah, he does call himself Eggman in Mania. Okay, that changes everything. I'm having a revelation right now. Okay. Yeah, no, okay, I kind of get it now. I think I get what they're trying to go. Okay, I think the robot generator is somewhere around here. If I don't die, that is. Okay, here we go. Yeah, no, this is where it is. I remember this one specifically as well. Because I used to struggle to find this thing. Because it is in a very remote pocket of the level. There it is. He changed his name after meeting Modern. Oh yeah, because in the cutscene he's all like, they're all like, Dr. Robotnik, and then he's all like, nobody calls me that anymore. Ignore my terrible Eggman impression. I can't do it. His voice is way too. His voice is a bit too much for me. I don't think my throat can handle it. I don't have the vocal range to do that. Yeah, no, I guess, yeah, no, that does make sense, actually, so, huh. I stand corrected. Sonic, Tails, Robotnik all probably remember Generations. Yeah, that's what I would guess. Like, there isn't anything that implies that they forgot about it. It could also link into why Sonic befriended the people he did, as he saw his future self being friends with them. See, now that gets into like a paradox situation, which is a very scary thing to work around whenever you do time travel. But then it doesn't explain why certain characters just disappear. Like, what happens to Mighty and Ray? Like, what about Trip, who's gonna be the new character in Superstars? Like, we're never gonna we haven't seen them in the modern timeline. So I don't know. I mean, obviously there's like Archie for Mighty and Ray, but Archie isn't canon. That's like the one thing that isn't canon right now, according to Sega. Because apparently now everything is canon. Which is great, but also very confusing at the same time. However, it's still weird that Ray and Mighty are nowhere to be seen. Yeah, literally. I mean, they even have missing posters in frickin' City Escape and Gens. So they're clearly out there somewhere, but we just have no idea. I feel like they will show up in the modern timeline at some point, though. I don't think it's impossible. I know Sega is very particular about separating modern and classic, but I don't see why not. Because, like, for example, the reason we don't have a classic Shadow is just because, like, from a timeline perspective, that just doesn't make sense at all. But Mighty and Ray aren't really affected by anything like that. They're just kind of characters that Sonic has been friends with at some point and haven't really come back. So I found that generator very easily. Alright, let's go to the end here. So this was the last stage where we needed to do any kind of generator hunting, so we're pretty much in the home stretch now. Getting ready to finish this off, so there we go. Sega has said, though, that they would like to keep classic characters separate from modern characters. Yeah, I don't really understand why they do that. I just don't think it's really necessary. Like, I get doing it from like a brand perspective. Like, you can better separate the classic and modern from each other by having like characters that are exclusive to classic and modern. But I also kind of just think it limits the storytelling a lot, which is something that they're clearly trying to put more of a focus on again. So I don't really get it. I just don't think it. I think it's kind of counterintuitive to like what they're trying to do right now, to keep them separate. Just make it all one thing, make every character important, and then, you know, there you go. And if you don't want to put them in the games, at least let them do it in IDW. And on that note, put the freaking IDW characters in the games, goddammit. We got a mention of Tangle, which is like very cool, but I want to see Tangle in the game. Alright, even just as an NPC, like, I don't care, just put her in. And Whisper as well, because you can't have one without the other. And you know, just all the IDW characters, just put them all in there. Why not? Why freaking not? I got to catch up back on IDW actually. I think I read like volume 10. I think we're up to 12 now, maybe 13 or 14. I actually don't know. I need to get back to reading it. We got Mini Knuckles. Woo! I glitched through the wall. I think the classic games will retroactively retcon new stories into Sonic's past. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Like, obviously Sonic Superstars is going to be like, obviously a game that happens sometime before Sonic Adventure and after Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But they're probably going to keep it vague so that they can keep making classic content. Because that would probably that is the smart move. You know, if you keep it relatively vague, then it isn't held to any kind of strict rule as to when it has to take place or anything. So, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense why they've done it the way they have. So that's it. That was that. They're also still deciding if Prime is canon or not. They keep changing their answer. Yeah, I noticed that too. Sometimes they're like, yes, Prime is 100% canon. Sometimes they're like, there are elements of it that are canon and stuff like that. Like, they're not really committing to it fully. But I honestly think it's because Prime was probably in development before they made the choice to, like, unionize everything. So yeah, that's probably the reason why they're a bit shaky on it. I think I can accept Prime being canon though, but I think it would have to happen like sometime after the adventure games and like before probably like 06, if I can be honest. Like timeline wise, anyway. I think that makes the most sense because Sonic is obviously like a bit more immature in Prime. But then it also feels like the characters have still gone through their arcs from the adventure games, and obviously Shadow being there means it has to at least be after, like, Sonic Heroes. I don't know. We'll see. I hope the lore person they've hired is getting everything in order for us, because that is actually a thing they're doing. I personally think Mania is after 3 and K, and Superstars is after Mania. Well, yeah, Mania would have to be after 3 and K. Like, just logically, it would have to be. Oh, I thought I was on the other side. Oops. I guess not. Also, I think this is the only stage in the game that has a bottomless pit, if I'm not mistaken. We obviously passed it just now, but... yeah, they also lock you into a room to fight enemies, which is not something I'm usually a fan of. Ow. What? Hello? Yeah, I'd like to know how that killed me. That didn't make any sense. Oh, Knuckles, get under that. There we go. Okay, now flip it back. There we go. I would love Chaos Sonic in the games. It'd be cool. I think he's a good mirror for Sonic, you know. Because like the difference with Chaos Sonic is that he's kind of supposed to be, he kind of takes more of Sonic's actual personality, as opposed to just being a Sonic that can effectively kill the real thing, which is what Metal Sonic is. Like, he's like, what I'm saying is he's different enough from Metal Sonic to like warrant being his own characters in the same like canon, I guess. So yeah, here's the final boss. Yeah, this is it. He's kind of underwhelming. He just kind of spins around like a fan and just kind of floats about. Also, it takes forever before you can actually hit him for the first time. So most of the time, I just don't give a damn, and I just damage boost. Like, yeah, they want you to hit him right there, like a minute into the fight. I don't even think I could reach up there. Oh, well that worked. I think they could probably bring him into the main world from New York using some kind of time and space manipulation. Probably. They can always use that as an excuse, you know. Like, oh, we brought him in from a different timeline. Which is a good and bad thing about, like, multiverse stories being as popular as they are right now. Is just because, like, you can pretty much just do anything with it, but then it also means that you can do kind of, like, cheap, lame excuses to, like, bring characters back when they probably shouldn't. For example, I really hope that Marvel does not bring back Iron Man just because they can. Like, they should leave that alone. Like, he died a hero. Let that be what it is. Do not ruin it. I'm gonna turn this down. I don't know why the cutscenes for CED are, like, really loud. For some reason. Or at least louder than the rest of the game. Maybe use Chaos Control with a machine to get him into the main world? Yeah, they can always come up with some kind of reason why, you know. Sort of like Chaos Control in Sonic X, yeah. Where, you know, literally transports all those characters into a completely different world. So, my question though, is Sonic X canon? Because that would be a whole other can of worms. Because, I mean, they've confirmed that everything is one world. So having the human world and the Sonic world separate already means that, like, Sonic X can't be canon, right? It's not? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't think it should be. This song is a banger, by the way, but it is very loud. There we go. So that was Sonic CD. My final thoughts on this game is it's fun. You know, I think it's definitely the black sheep of the classic Sonic games. In a lot of ways. You know, obviously being for a very obscure add-on to Sega's most popular console, you know, will make it one of the more elusive games. And for a while, this game had a legend status. You know, like if you played Sonic CD, you were elite. You know, because barely anyone had. Then they re-released it again for Sonic Gems Collection. There was a PC version. There was obviously the 2011 remaster, and now, you know, obviously this version on Sonic Origins, which means it's now a very accessible game. So, you know, you can pretty much get it anywhere. That being said, I think the 2011 version is delisted, so Origins might be the only way you can get it currently, but still. Yeah, it's a fun game, you know. I like the idea of the time travel. Obviously, we got our introduction to Metal Sonic and Amy, which was in 1993, 30 years ago. Which they haven't really been celebrating Metal Sonic's 30th anniversary, but they've definitely been celebrating Amy's. She's gotten a lot of spotlight this year compared to the Metal Boy, which is unfortunate, but very cool that Amy's finally getting the attention she actually deserves. Sonic X also has two different canons in the anime and the Sonic X comic. I forgot that there was a Sonic X comic. Yeah, that was a thing. Sonic X comics are the best thing ever. I need to actually read those at some point. I completely forgot it had a comic series of its own. But yeah, no, this is a fun game, you know. Yeah, the level design gets pretty spotty here and there. It's got wacky workbench, which I just hate. It's a terrible zone, but you know, we got through it fine this time at least, so I can't really complain too much. And yeah, you're too cool. And that goes doubly for everyone who's been watching the stream, everyone who's watching it live right now, anyone who's watching the VOD later on. I appreciate you for coming along for this marathon and having a good time with us. Also, here is another Sonic Origins special cutscene for you. Just because, you know, that's a thing. Sonic in his plane, the tornado, as it should be. It's not Tails', okay? Common misconception. Oh, Buddies, Tails, Emerald. Wow, crazy. What does this mean? It probably means there's some kind of guy with tails that we actually already met because we're playing them in chronological order, not in canonical order. See you next game. I already did. Get out of here, Tails. So yeah, that was it for Sonic CD. Sonic and everyone realizes they aren't the original Sonic and will have an existential crisis and it ended. Wow, what? Okay, I've got to read it now. I've got to read that now. You have piqued my interest. They plan to cross over with the main Archie comics, but it never happened? Right, okay, interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that. I definitely have to give those a read at some point, but I need to catch up with IDW first, so, you know, there you go. But alright, that's it for today's stream. So, as usual, I'm gonna do my quick plug here. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, like, subscribe, share the videos and stuff so you can get more people watching. I'd greatly appreciate that. And also you can come follow us over on Twitch, where we stream live. You know, you can be in the chat like all the cool people we've actually had here today. And it will be a good and fun time, so you should definitely do that. And if you want to keep up with when we go live and other details and such, you can go follow us over on Twitter. I also retweet and tweet a bunch of fun stuff, so there's that if you're interested. And we also do have a TikTok, and we upload YouTube Shorts if you like short form content, and all of the stuff I just mentioned is under the same name, Extra Zone Arcade, so it's very easy to find. You can't miss us, alright? We are everywhere and we're doing everything. So yeah, no, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone who's just kind of been here, even if you just popped in for like 5 minutes, you know, that's enough support for me. So I appreciate that. But with that being said, that's it for today from me, and I'll be back tomorrow with some Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So get excited, guys. 6 o'clock British time. Be there, and it'll be a blast. So see ya next time. Oh yeah. Woo!
You can handle when you use your mind. Mr. Bad got it good, but this ain't his neighborhood. He's taking over. No. Time is now. He can hide, find the power deep inside and make it happen. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Love keeps you running faster. Save the planet from disaster. Spinning through a world in motion. Take it all the way. Work your move, work it out. That's what life is all about. It's your adventure. To the dark, to the light. It's a supersonic flight. Gotta keep it going.